And now CJOB presents Where Are They Now? A program in which Peter Warren and Don Curtin catch up with personalities from Manitoba's past.
And Peter, this morning it's our pleasure to have with us Bill Seller, who is an ex-radio man. Actually, when I say ex-radio man, he was on the original broadcasting in Manitoba on the first radio stations ever presenting programs here in Winnipeg. And Bill Seller, first of all, good morning. And where are you now?
Beg pardon?
Where are you now, sir?
In the Central Park Lodge.
How old are you, Bill?
Well, in September, I'll be 86.
86.
I'm over 85 now.
Now, back in 1922, you started your radio career, and could you tell us what kind of stations there were at that time in 1922?
Well, the stations were in the buildings, and the transmitter was on the roof.
What buildings are they, Bill?
The Free Press and the Tribune building.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually, the stations were actually sponsored or owned by the newspapers themselves?
By the newspaper themselves, and they were doing it, and they just carried on, I think, for about a year, and because in 1923 they didn't renew their licenses. I think they found it a little expensive keeping up with the Joneses, you know.
Bill, what kind of work did you do with both stations?
Mostly I did a little bit of singing, mostly musical monologues.
And what kind of other programs did they have in 1922?
Band program.
Mm-hmm.
When they opened the station, they had the Princess Pat's band, I think it was.
And the Princess Pat's, would they come on like for a half hour, an hour, or for an entire 3 or 4 hours?
No, not for the entire 3 or 4 hours, for an opener.
It wasn't 24-hour broadcasting, Bill?
Oh, Lord, no, just in the evenings.
Just in the evenings.
And the program was made up as they went along.
Can you remember any of the other people who were with the radio stations who listeners might recall their names?
Now you caught me unawares. I might mention that there was one fellow that was on. He was a professional song plugger for one of the publishing houses.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the first crooner.
A first crooner?
Yeah.
Can't recall his name, Bill.
First of all, what is a professional song plugger?
Well, he goes around now like he would take his microphone, not his microphone, his megaphone, out to River Park when the horse races were on.
You're kidding.
Where a crowd would be assembled.
Yeah.
And they might like the song and then buy the music.
By the sheet music.
Boy, oh boy. He would be sort of the equivalent of today's record agent.
Yeah.
Bill, how do you spend your days now?
Oh, a little monotonous now. Although I did, just recently, I did a character part in a movie for TV for the Department of Education.
Did you indeed?
How long ago would that be, Bill? Just within the last couple of months?
Oh, within the last couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, we made it down at Gimli.
And are you still a member of ACTRA?
Oh, yes.
Are you indeed?
You would be one of the original members then?
Oh, yes.
Bill, what about family?
I have, well, my wife died here in November the 16th. And I have 2 daughters, and we have 5 grandchildren.
Oh, that's nice.
And so you still have a chance to visit quite a bit then?
Well, yes.
That's very nice. And now, I'd like to get back to the radio part of it. Now, you must have gone into some of the plays after that, then, after these stations closed down.
You brought an interesting point up there. On November the 12th, 1928, I instituted radio drama here.
Was there a CBC then?
No. Oh, Lord, no. No. You see, in 1923, when the newspapers didn't renew their licenses, they wanted out. You see.
Yeah. Who took them over from there?
The province of Manitoba took out the license, and the station broadcasting was operated under the aegis of the telephone system.
So telephone system was really in charge of operating the station itself then.
Yes.
And
I might say in charge of broadcasting in Manitoba. But although there was only the one station in Winnipeg then, the original CKY, with studios in the old Sherbrooke Street Exchange there, just south of Portage.
Bill, what do you think of radio today?
Well, I think it's fulfilling a marvelous spot in the world of, not only of the world of information, but in the world of entertainment. As a matter of fact, many people have told me that they would prefer to hear a radio drama than actually a TV show.
Because they can use their own...
imagination.
Yes, they can travel along with it a little better. We've noticed that with our Sunday evening programs here on CJOB, that we carry with some of the memory shows that they do.
Yes.
And it's just marvelous, the response.
Yes.
Well, Bill Seller, we want to certainly thank you very, very much for sharing these moments with us, and a bit of nostalgia here on Where Are They Now? And we wish you continued good health, and a real pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Our guest this morning, Bill Seller, a resident of Central Park Lodge in Pasayten Bay, and an ex-radio man and the first drama instructor and director with radio here in Manitoba.
Listen for Where Are They Now every Sunday morning at 9:30 on CJOB.